guys, Stitching May here. Just gonna do my first update of the year. I'm not gonna even try to remember when this video was supposed to come to you guys. Suffice to say that after my last video, our life kind of just exploded. Not necessarily bad things. We are all healthy. We are all fine. Just craziness, just life in general. We now have 3 adults living here, and we've all been passing around this cold. As you can probably tell, I'm still trying to get over. We had flooding in the area. We did not have flooding, but still crazy weather. And then we had to get a new HVAC system. It's just life in general. But you guys aren't here for that. You're here for the stitching stuff. I do have several things to show you. Some haul, my last haul for a while. Some Christmas haul, some starts, and some whips. So I'll just jump right in. As you guys know, I am in Cross Stitch and Discuss, and we are doing 2 major kind of stitch along things that I started in January. One is the stash and start restraint, which means that I can do no starts or buy no stash until July the 15th. And the other was, because I was going to do that, I also participated in these crazy 7, which were 7 starts in 7 days. So I have a lot to show you. I'm going to start off with my haul, because that was probably the furthest back stuff. Some of this was from a cross stitch store. As a kind of a last hurrah, I got on the internet and found a local needlework store, which was not local to me. It's about an hour and a half away in another state. But I was like, hey, it's worth it. I won't be stashing for a while. I'll take the trip. So my sister and I headed out, and like I said, we had flooding. So one of the main roads to that store or to that area was flooded and washed away. So we were supposed to take a detour and detour that road. I, not knowing how to use my GPS properly, detoured the whole entire route, and what was supposed to be an hour and a half trip ended up being a 2.5 hour trip, unexpectedly. But it did take me through to a second cross stitch store that I didn't even know was there, so that was kind of cool. But I got some stuff. One of the patterns that I got has been put away, and I can't find it, and that's a whole other issue in itself. But it was a kind of I don't even remember the brand. I know they still make patterns, but they don't make this one. I'll try to find a picture of it. It was a kind of along the lines of "You Make Me Happy When Skies Are Gray." "You Are My Sunshine" is the name of that song. But anyway, I got that, and then a lot of other stuff. So I will start off with my haul. Some of this was from this cross stitch store, and some of this was not. One of the oldest items was this disc. It was actually from 123 It's called Just Cross Stitch Halloween, nearly 200 patterns. It's from 2011 to 2014. I got this on clearance or on sale, Black Friday sale at 123 Stitch for like $9.99, $6.99, and it's got a pattern in there by Alessandra AAN that I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's Recipe for a Magical Night. So I got this for cheaper than I can buy just the pattern, and then I have all these Halloween patterns. So I went ahead and got that. And then also in my haul, I stumbled across ABC Stitch Therapy's clearance page, thanks to Tricia. And I got 2 things from them. One of them is the Dinky Dies and Linden Place mini desserts. It's the mixed berry cheesecake that was on clearance. I purchased that, and that's actually one of my starts, so I'll show you that later. Along with that, I purchased this mint fabric. I think it was like a one-off color, but it was like $2 or $3, so I got it. It's my picture this plus mint, 14 count Ada. I already have an idea for this when I can have new starts. I think I've got a little my niece does in gymnastics, and there's a little gymnast girl, and her favorite color, my niece's favorite color, is green, so I think I'm going to stitch that on this eventually. And then let's see here. Of course, I got my my monthly magazine to Cross Stitching World, or the World of Cross Stitching, which oddly enough, this is their Christmas edition, and it showed up in my house in the middle of January. I let this subscription go because it was too late for me to renew until, for the stash and start. truthfully, this has been one of my favorites. Every single magazine I have found at least 1 or 2 designs I like. However, I'm always a month and a half behind on them, so yeah, I'm just gonna let it go for right now. Trying to save money, trying to be good. But there's that. And then also I got 2 of these Nil Hill kits, the Dragonfly pins. One is also a new start from the LNS, and I love these dragonflies, and I'm gonna try to do them all eventually. They are a ton of beadage though, a ton of beadage. Oh, I did finish my last ornament, my Mill Hill ornament, but it's put away. I'll look for a picture of that and see if I can show you a picture of, pardon me, a picture of that finished. I found out that thing had 320 beads on that little bitty thing. No wonder the beading would drive me crazy. This has even more. Okay, also at the little needlework store, I got some floss away bags, which, I mean, I'm allowed to get these through the stash and restraint if I need them because it's replacing existing stash. But I shouldn't now because I got 100 bags, so I'm good. I ain't got that. That was actually cheaper in the LNS than it was online, you know, at the big box stores. And I didn't have to pay shipping. And also at that little needlework store, they had multiple mirabilias. There we go. I finally said it right. One of them has been shipped away because it was a gift. It was, I think it was called the Dreamer. Paid, I think, $8 for that one. And it's out of print online, going for $30 or $40 a piece. Now, this is the kind of awesome part of the haul. There's a Mira pattern out there that is good, that is out of print, that I have kind of had my eyes on, kind of wanted to stitch, thought it was really pretty, but was never going to be willing to pay the price that it would cost to get it because it was out of print. So I went to the kind of accidental find store first, and that's where I found the Dreamer. And then I walk into the store we were actually going to. They had the cutest little puppy. Oh, the one we didn't mean to find, that's like way out of the way from us. It was called Out of the Box, and it was in Boaz, Alabama. And the other one that is a little more than an hour and a half, probably closer to 2 hours away from us, is in Guntersville, Alabama, and it's called Crossit Haven. So if you guys are in the area, definitely look them up. They're both awesome stores. But Crossit Haven has the cutest little puppy. Like, we walked in the door and we were greeted by this cute puppy, and it was like attacking my sister's foot, growling. It was the cutest thing ever. The lady's like, would you like to hold a dog? Because he's driving me crazy. So I walked around the store holding her dog the whole time. It was the cutest puppy ever. Anyway, in her store, I about snatched this off the shelf so fast that I almost knocked the shelf over, I think. And I immediately put it on the register and said, I'm getting that. Don't anybody walk out with that. I'm getting that. Lady of the Flag, brand new, off the shelf, $12. $12. This thing goes, I mean, starting bids start off at like $40 a piece for this thing on eBay. I've looked because I wanted to do it. Like I said, it wasn't one that I was head over heels with, that just had to do it. But it was one that I wanted to do. And I could not believe that I found it. Now that I found it, I will do it. But I'm so excited about this. I don't know when this will be. I don't know when. I've already got a Mira or a Nora Corbett lined up for next year. So I don't know when it'll be. But this will stay in my stash, and I will do this pattern. I think it's beautiful. And she actually did this. I didn't realize this until as I started to fall in love with it. Before I found it, was that this was actually a tribute to 9/11. So that makes it even more that I wanted to do it. That was kind of when I was like, okay, I really do want to do this, but I'm not going to pay $120 for a pattern, not to count all the, you know, the threads and the fabric to go along with it, because this thing is huge. I think it's, the stitched area is 21 1/4 by 10 3/4. So that's a huge pattern. But there that is. And then I got this, and this is one of those things, and I think I think Molly Peckham had touched on people saying that the stitched piece doesn't do it justice. and saying that that's still somebody's stitching. Yes, it is. And so when I say it, I don't mean it that the stitching is not good. I mean that the picture of the stitching is not great. You guys know it. You see it. You see a pattern on on whatever, and then you go in a store and you see a model, and it looks completely different in person than it does on the picture. Pictures don't do it justice. To me, that means that the stitching is more beautiful than the pictures allow it to look. That it's the picture's fault, not the stitcher's fault. So that's my disclaimer. If you ever hear me say that, I don't mean it bad towards the person that stitched the model. I mean it bad towards the picture. However, this is one of those items that the picture does not do this justice. This is by La-Di-Da Designs. It's called Lovebirds. And it is stitched with Weeks Dye Works floss, which I will not use. Any of my old colors. To me, in this picture, it loses a lot of detail. However, the lady in Boaz had it as a model in her store, and it was breathtaking. Just the detail that you lose in this picture is breathtaking. This, to me, is also an example of the kind of fabric taking away from the design, because there's all this scroll work over here, and you don't really catch that because it's very similar to the color of the fabric. Again, it's more than likely just the picture, just the angle, but I'll probably do it on a solid background or a solid piece of fabric, and I'm going to do it in turquoises and browns because that's what my bedroom is in, and this is going to kind of be a very late wedding sampler for my husband and I, because our bedroom is done in turquoise, browns, and birds, and so it fits. Okay, and then after I started mixing cheesecake, I decided that because I am the way I am, I fall in love with out-of-print charts, and I have to have the complete set. So I went searching for Fruit Cocktail, which is another mini dessert by Glenda Place and Nikki Dyes. Could not find it anywhere. I finally started randomly messaging little brick and mortar stores saying, by any chance do you still have this? By any chance do you still have this? And I made a contact. I want to say Vanessa was the one that told me about this store, and it showed out of stock online, but I went ahead and messaged them just in case, and they had one left, and I purchased it and had it shipped to me. And this is Fruit Cocktail, and it's got a limited edition silk named after it called Fruit Cocktail, and that's what it's going to look like. It's like a little mini mandala dessert, thing. I'm falling in love with these mandalas. And I'll show you the actual color because it is a limited edition. You may not have seen it. This is the actual Fruit Cocktail color. I don't know if you see that. There. It's got a lot of pinks and peaches and yellows and off-whites. And then these are the two colors that go with it. It's apricot and peach. So I guess it's the apricot in here too. Now these are not limited edition silks, but they just complement the limited edition silk that was made for this pattern. So that was another splurge item that I got that I had to get before the Stash and Stars train. I was like, I'm gonna find this afterwards. Now for Christmas haul, my husband went on my Amazon wish list and got me a bunch of little stitchy stuff that I had on my Amazon wish list. One of the items was this organizing tray. It's more of an office thing. I don't know if you can even see it because it's clear. This has been an awesome purchase. I had a larger one. I don't know, larger. It was smaller in size, but it was deeper, and it drove me crazy because I had to flip it up to dig through it. This one's perfect. Keep my little art container here, my scissors and my pencils, chapstick, everything that you can think of I keep right here. No, this is not a pill bottle. I mean, it is a pill bottle, but it's thread heaven on a lid to where I can get to it. I don't keep pills with my cross stitch stuff. Probably should, especially when the frog comes around. But that's what that is. Got my hand sanitizer, just a bunch of little different stuff. But I love this. It was in this big bag, and I was like, I have no clue what it is. So we get to open one gift the night of Christmas, and of course I chose the largest item, which was this one. And he's like, it's not going to be what you think it is. I mean, it's not going to be what you think it is. And he was right. I had no clue this what it was. But I was very excited about it. And then he got me a Peiko floss organizer, which this thing intimidates the heck out of me. I want to try it. I got it out and I did kind of try it. But then I was like, meh, it just intimidates me. I'm going to eventually try it. It's my goal. But I have to get over the intimidation of everything else that's going on right now. And then he got me some Thread Heaven. And he got me a needle layer, floss layer, laying tool. And then he got me some Easy Count grid line. And then he got me a white gridding pin. Those were kind of my we add to each other's stockings from Santa. So these were kind of my stocking stuffers from my husband. Okay, now I will be honest with you. Since the stash and start restraint, which I've realized, especially now that I need to do, I've realized that while I am a collector of patterns, I've got too much stuff. I walked into those little needlework stores and it was like, meh, while this is beautiful, when am I going to stitch it? I don't have time to stitch what I have now. So this is going to be therapeutic for me. I'm not saying anything against people who still love to stash and collect. I'm just saying for me, this is going to be very therapeutic. I need to stitch down some of my stash first, and it may continue. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to get what I want, but I'm definitely going to keep myself in check on what I like and what I love, and what I'm going to stitch and what I just think is pretty. However, I've purchased two things. Whatever it might have been before the cross stitch, this stash and start restraint. I've purchased two things. One of them, I know it arrived after, but I think I actually purchased it before. But either way, these two things are allowed, so they're not a stash. One of them is roasted chestnut, which is a classic Colorworks floss to supplement for my needleworker project, because I, started the project over and I was afraid that I would not have enough to finish the project. So I wanted to go ahead and get this just in case the dye lot was a little off to where I could, mix it in without it being as obvious than, this little bitty part not being the same dye lot. And I purchased beading needles, which I will use and I need for my dragonfly whip. Two things that I absolutely need is all that I've purchased since January the 15th for the Stash and Start Restraint. I'm so proud. This included a dinner outing with Organic Granny to two craft stores. Two craft stores. And this was all that I purchased. This was it. I was very good. It would also include the fastest trip to Hobby Lobby ever. Let me tell you, if you walk through their doors whenever they're manning the door to try to get people out because they're closing, and you manage to slip past them, they kind of like follow you through the store to make sure you leave. We were looking for one item, and we found that one item, and we used a coupon for that one item, and hopefully another stitcher will stitch more because of that one item. So, it was not for either one of us. How self-sacrificing are we? We went to two craft stores, and both purchased beading needles, or beading needles, and an item for another stitcher. So we did very good. I don't think she's actually doing the stash restraint, but, I'm kind of living vicariously through her. But there that is. Okay, now I was also graciously gifted a few items, and some of these came from Crossit Joy, and then one of these came from Organic Granny, because like I said, she's very gifting, very generous. She went through a craft store for another stitcher and then bought me an item as well. Well, not at this craft store. This was purchased before that. She purchased this. It's turquoise graphic and designs summer fling. It's something that was on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list, and she noticed that it was going to be the last item and that I had not purchased it. And she was getting some stuff for her, and she got it for me, which I'm very, very appreciative of. And let me tell you, this has made the no starts very hard to do, as well as the other gifts. With Ildy, because I sent her the Dreamer, I told her she didn't need to send me anything back, but she does what she does, and she sent me some patterns, and I'm not going to turn down, I'm going to say thank you because I'm appreciative. She sent me a third one of these dragonfly kits, and I'm so excited because I want to collect them all. This one is Roll 'em Off. The funny story about this is that when I was at that Little New York store, I had three dragonflies that I could not choose between. And finally, I just put one back on the shelf. This is the one I put back on the shelf. Now, there are several of these. How she knew that this was the one, I don't know how she knew, but this was the one that after I left, I was like, I should have went ahead and got it, and I didn't. She got it for me, the exact one. And then she sent me this. I absolutely, positively love this Lucy Kate. Promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe and stronger than you seem and smarter than you think. I love, love, love this pattern. And I think I'm going to change it up some and make it more boyish, like with the flower green or something, and stitch it for my son eventually. But I love that. I love that saying. And then she sent me Ink Circles to My Square Mandala, which I think is beautiful. Look at the white on that. Like, it reminds me of the lace that I can see her face, and I know she has EC I know, but she did some lace. She's doing some lacing. I just watched her video. I can see her face. I cannot think of her name. I think her actual name is Erin. Okay, so there I stopped the video to where I knew I wouldn't get cut off in the middle of my whips. My camera has a recording limit, and I don't know where it is, so I stopped it just to be safe. I also had a very unattractive coughing fit in that time, so be glad you were spared that. I'm okay. I have my breath now. But anyway, I'm going to show you, of course, my 7 starts that I started for this crazy 7. And then I'm going to show you all of my whips that I'm going to be working on for 2016. Still not used to that yet. So I will start with just the new starts. Like I said, I started one of those Mill Hill Dragonfly pin kits. I had another Dragonfly I was going to start, but my son said he wanted me to start this one. It is called Willow Dragonfly, and those are the colors. And I don't have a lot of progress on it, literally like a few stitches. I don't even know how to figure which way's up and down. That's definitely the back. But there that is. That's the progress on that. Not a lot. I don't even, can you even see it? Is it showing through? There we go. And then I did purchase this little thing at the Dollar Tree. It's a pill case, but I separated the beads out just for this kit. I'm not keeping all my beads this way, but just for my Mill Hill kit and that. Those are all the beads in this one little bitty kit. It's going to be a lot of beads. But there that is. It even has like these special treasures and special ways you have to put the beads on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be challenging. I'm excited. You guys are doing specialty stitching, and beading is still challenging to me. And then another small start that I have is by Pine Mountain Designs, and I can't show you, I don't have a picture of it. It's You Make Me Happy, and it is the You Make Me Happy When Skies Are Gray. Another, I love that song. I always call it that. That's not the right name of the song. You Are My Sunshine. But that's upside down. Here we go. That was my progress on it. This is what I'm taking to work because it has 3 colors in it right here. And I'm able to carry it in a sandwich size Tupperware to where if I get this stitch on my break, it doesn't take up a lot of room. However, I'm going to have to unstitch all of this yellow. One of these top rows of stitches in the yellow, I added an extra thread, so I'm over 3 instead of over 2. So I'm going to have to restitch this yellow part, which is not that bad. It's okay. That's what happens when I stitch on break at work, is I get distracted, somebody comes in and talks to me, and that's part of it. That's another reason why I'm doing a simple design at work. But there that is. Okay. And then, what is that? That one's a yellow though. New start. Okay, one of my other new starts that I Start at the very last minute. This was something that I again watched on eBay, wasn't gonna get, and then finally my husband had it for me as a like Christmas present because he knew I wanted it, and he had purchased it, and it got to me later than Christmas. Anyway, I got it. The Dimensions Countdown to Christmas, or Christmas Countdown. Several of us are doing this on the Crossit and Discuss in the Advent Calendar sale, but that's what it will look like. I absolutely positively love this pattern. And here is my start. Sorry about all the zipping, but I've got to keep this organized. It's on 14 count oatmeal Ada, I want to say, or is it 18 count? 14 count oatmeal Ada. And there's my start. This was my first blending ever, this gold. It has 2 different colors of thread. And by the way, thank you, Tricia, the left-handed stitcher. Your loop method for where you tie the little knot, I will try to link down to her video below. It has saved me on several projects already this year. But there's my start. This is the border. It goes into the Santa's up here, and then the dates will be down here. Not a lot. More than you think though. There's actually like 200 or 300 stitches, but you know, that's just all of one color or 3 colors. But I'm enjoying that one. Whip. Okay, new start. I'm trying to separate whips and new starts. This one is Mixed Berry Cheesecake by Glendon Place and Dinky Dyes. I will show you what it's going to look like here. I'll show you that. There we go. I love these colors. I was glad I got this one first and then fell in love with Fruit Cocktail later, because had I not been able to find Fruit Cocktail, I've been upset. But had it been the other way around, this one is just, these colors are so dreamy. And here is the special edition floss for it. It's called Mixed Berry Cheesecake. See, it's got purples and pinks and whites. It's just in my baggie. But I owe thanks to Tricia and Katie the Stash Queen for talking me through starting this. Let me just say, if you ever do find one of these, or if you have this and you start to stitch it, the instructions are horrible. Not horrible. They have 3 pages of instructions. They have, this is the first page, and then you have the instructions on either side of the pattern. The issue is that the main focus is on the very back page. Now I've got a working copy, so it's kind of hard to show you. It comes like this. So you read these instructions first, then you get the pattern, and then the very back page you have this page of instructions. I explained it to my husband. It's like trying to teach somebody to drive a car, and you're talking about, you know, the gas, pressing the gas, turn the blinker on, and you say, oh, but wait, but first you have to start the car. They tell you all this detailed stuff about the pattern and how to stitch it, and that you're going to cut these certain lengths at these certain places and all this stuff. But it doesn't make sense. Start here, start there with this color, start here with that color. But then finally, they start with telling you where to start what color on the variated floss. However, telling you how to cut the floss correctly is on the very last page. If they had told you how to cut the floss first, it would have made a lot more sense to read the other instructions. So when you get these, make sure to flip, if you get these, make sure you flip around to the back page and read those back instructions, because when I read that back page, I didn't even know it was there. And Tricia and Katie the Stash Queen were like, yeah, it's doable. You kind of have to, you know, cut certain lengths, and it's in there somewhere. You've got to read it again. And finally I found it on the back page. I was like, oh, it's on the last page. That I thought was just, I didn't even see that anyway, user error. But I'm telling you now, make sure you read the back page, probably first, before you do the pattern. So this is my start on it. No, the arrow is not part of the pattern. I stitched that in there to where I would know which way was up. But that's my start. This right here, all of this color, is two strands of floss, but one length of floss. You have to cut it at like 24 inches long, and it's silk because they don't want you to repeat it. So, because you know how if you start a new variegated thread here, and then you start back at here, you know, it repeats itself. This is all one piece of length, and you had to start it at a certain color and cut it at an end at a certain color. And that was the hard part. Once I figured it out, it's fine. I get it. It's going to be easy. I've already got it prepared. I've already got some other sections prepared. But I love this. This is stitched on 14 count. And that has other silks too. It's not just that one variegated. 14 count. I don't know what the name of it is. It's Silk Weaver's fabric, which is so soft, and I hate excuse me, that they're so hard to get fabric from. I will find out. I can't find it. .28 count. I'm sorry, it's not linen. That's Ada. 14 count Bashful Ada. Hand dyed by. Oh, it says it's Picture This Plus. That's good to know. Okay, I thought it was Silk Weavers, and they're the ones that's hard to get your fabric from. But this is Picture This Plus Ada. It's super soft. It's super, super soft. I'm absolutely positively loving this fabric. And the fabric came with the kit on this one, not on the other one. There that is. Sorry, that one wasn't. That was kind of scattered. Sorry. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 new starts. I have 3 more. Okay, and then I restarted my needleworker design. And like I said, that's why I got that one skein of roasted chestnut, so that I could mix it in as I go along. This is on Twilight Blue linen. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's the linen that everybody complains about, and I don't have a problem with it. But there we go. I'm counting so much more, many more times. I did have to frog a little bit, but it wasn't because of counting. It was it's the thread off. This weave is so tight on this linen, and I'm actually kind of impressed by this linen. This is 32 count Twilight Blue linen. Okay, a funny story about this. I was showing Ildy that I had purchased this, and I called it Twee Blue, and she's like, "Do you mean Twilight Blue?" I was like, "No, it's TWI, Twee." Yeah, that's the abbreviation for Twilight Blue. This Twilight Blue has become one of my favorite colors. Neutral colors. I'm a neutral fabric lover. It's not too gray. It's not too blue. It's probably not showing up well because of my blue walls, but it's a beautiful color. And to me, it does well with like printed designs because it makes the colors pop. But there that is. Hopefully it will be a successful attempt. That's 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where my starts, I think. No, I'm not. It's in here. My 6th start, now these are in no particular order, was Tree of Hope by Mira. And it is a true memorabilia. This one's not out of print. And this is my start on them. This way. Somebody asked me about this fabric and what color it was. This was the Silk Weaver. that I love, that it's like butter to stitch on. And this one I fell in love with, and I regretted it because it is a company that can be hard to get stuff from. I think, I'm trying to think, this was in my stash. I'm thinking I got it in a lot. It might have been a gift. I'm trying to remember where I got it. I know I didn't order from Silk Weavers. Did I get it off the internet? Anyway, it said solo, which means that it's a one-off color. They don't actually make this color. It was a mess-up color. That's usually the only time I get hand-dyed, is when it's a one-off. But there that is. So the funny story is before Dinky Dyes. Oh, Dinky Dyes is my first silk. So that's 2 firsts that I've done in this crazy 7 already. Not to mention the crazy beading I'm gonna have to do. I mean, I've done beading, but there's specialty beading in there. If that makes sense. Explain that later. But this is my first. But my first silk was in the Dinky Dyes. I got to where the silks were, as you can see here, and I ran the other way to keep from having to do the silks. I was intimidated by the Karen Water Lily silk. Now I'm ready for it. I'm excited about it now. Because I realize that silks aren't scary. They're just soft. Okay, I'm running out of room on my table. Let's put this on the floor. Okay, and my last new start is going to be a very slow go project. And it is what is the name of this one? Design Works kit called Daisy Vases. And that's what it will look like. I love daisies, and that's what's in my kitchen. And that will be where this goes when it's finished. And it is stitched on 14 count black Aida. So it will be slow go. And I'm trying to remember which way is up. I need to mark this one too for my up. This way is up. I had tried to grid this with some sulky thread, watching Jennifer Apicato's video. Yeah, it was horrible. Gridding is becoming not my friend either. Like, I don't know, I'm just, yeah. But there's my start. Not a lot. It's somewhere in the vase. I think it's something like the neck of the vase right here. But not a lot, because it's 14 count black Aida, and it's going to take a while. But that's okay. Hey, it's a start. I love this, but I love the way the colors pop on this fabric. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with dark fabric. It's beautiful. It pops. The colors pop so well on it. It's annoying to stitch on because it's so hard to see through. I think that is all of my new starts. Yes, all my new starts. So I'm going to show you the whips that I already have in progress that I'll be stitching on this year, because of I'm not starting on any new whips for at least 6 months. One of my resolutions is to be better about taking pictures before I start stitching for each month, to where you guys can see where I was and where I end up. I am because I'm not hauling, and a lot of my video was haul and thrift store, finds. I don't know that I'm going to have a lot of substance to my videos. I am possibly thinking about doing the whole thing that Mackenzie started, kind of the Stitchers vlog, and starting a little bit at a time, showing a little bit like randomly throughout the month. Let me know if that's something that you think would be a good idea or not, and I may try that. Upload do one big upload, but have little blurbs throughout the month, because I really love watching her videos like that. And then Calico did one like that, and I loved watching hers that way, and I'm thinking about doing the same thing. I don't know yet, so just comment below, let me know if that's something you would think you would like to see, or if you like the videos at the end. I don't know, just let me know what you think. But I'm going to show you right now my whips, to where you can see where I am, and then kind of go from there. And I'm going to promise either way I'm going to try to be better about having a picture of where I started each month. I actually broke out 99 bottles, or 99, because it's not 99 bottles. I was corrected. It's 99. I think I finally have it on this frame straightened. But I had finished about half of this bottle and about half of this shelf. So I've got 3.5 more bottles and the entire shelf finished. I realized the other day that when I placed this shelf months ago, because I haven't touched this for months. When I placed this shelf months ago, I went up 1 stitch too many. So this shelf is 1 stitch higher than these other shelves are. Gotta leave it. Not gonna change it, because that's over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles, which are 100 stitches a piece, not to count the 200 stitches that are in this shelf and then these. Not gonna rip out 1,000 stitches over 1 line of stitching. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. I'm leaving it. It doesn't bother me. You can't really tell that it's a stitch off. If I don't tell you it's a stitch off, you can't tell, and it's gonna stay a stitch off. So Tricia at 3 Owl Threads. You're not the only one that kind of leaves stuff and fudges it. I like your word fudges. I'm going to fudge it and leave it. Hold that back up just in case you can't see it. There that is. And I've actually enjoyed this. I'm going to keep stitching on this. I don't know why I'm in a big mood to do. Oh, I know why. I know what got me really started back on this. So my hubby started stitching some. I actually have this project. He told me that he wanted us to have something to video together, and he knew I wasn't going to learn to play guitar because I am not musically inclined, and I know he doesn't have the patience to try to teach me to become musically inclined. So every once in a while he will sit and we will watch Friends or just some fluff TV show, and he will stitch with me. And I got him a kit. I'm kitted up within like minutes. That's another time that I realized that my stash was crazy. Like, he said, hey, I might want to try to cross stitch with you. And within 10-15 minutes, I had a pattern printed from the daily cross stitch that I get through my email. I had Ada, a hoop, and his floss. Scissors, everything. Even a project bag. It's crazy. But this is called Retro Gamer. I can't show you a picture of it. It's a Nintendo controller because all I had, the picture pretty much shows the pattern. So, but this is his progress. I'm so proud of him. But he's got 3 rows of the same color, and then, you know, it goes on around. And I'll show this in the videos as well. I told him I was going to try to get him to be in the video. I don't think he will. I don't think YouTube is something he'll do with me. But there we go. But that is fine. When he started doing that, I was like, okay, I've really got to work on this 99 for him, because this project is completely for him. So I started working on it, and I fell in love with it again. So I'm on a big kick with this, and I'm going to keep stitching on it. That's my rotation this year, by the way. I'll get into that later. My rotation, I don't have an official rotation. My rotation is I have so many whips, whatever calls to me, I'm going to pick it up and stitch on it until it doesn't call to me anymore. And then I'll put it down, and I'll pick something else up. I do want to stitch. You know, I won't do one for a month long, because I've been doing this for about 2 weeks. But on and off. Like I said, we've been sick. I've stitched maybe 3 days out of those 2 weeks, 4 days. But whatever calls to me is what I'm gonna stitch, and that's my really strict rotation this year so far. Okay, another one that I thought I was gonna have a last minute finish in 2015, but I didn't finish it. Was this, I can kind of show you the picture. Yeah. Family Tree. It was in the Cross Stitcher magazine. It was a challenge in the Cross Stitch and Discuss group that I never finished on, as you can see. But I'm almost done. This is done. I have like 3 or 4 more flowers to do, and that'll be a finish. I'm still and then the white parts of the flowers. There are dots and stripes in some of these flowers, but it's just white. It's just going to be fill in the blank. So, like, there's some here and here and here. And that one's filled in. Anyway, just some white little dots and lines. Still, absolutely, I love the colors on that. The way that pops off the color. That's why I like neutral colors. It just, the colors or neutral fabrics, because to me the floss just pop off the fabric that way. And then I stitched more on my Mickey Disney Dreams. We have a style group for that as well on Cross Stitch and Discuss. more of this peach color, just filling in this peach color. I'm doing one color at a time per page. I think I had like that much done. I think I got about 200 colors of this peach done. And this is what he will look like when he's finished. I'm still up in this kind of area. I love this pattern. I'm not going to even show you the organization of that. It's crazy. And then another whip I have that I've not touched since I started it was for a Mill Hill Kit Start and Cross Stitch and Discuss last year, and it's I love the stitch. I have no more progress on this. I'm just showing it to you because I said I was going to show you all the whips. Here's the piece. Oh, very bottom. That's all I have done. White on white. Eventful, huh? Okay, and then, now these aren't necessarily ones that I've worked on. These are just showing you my lips to where you know what I'm going to be working on during this Fashion Starters trip. Like, that's getting precariously high. I don't know if you can see that. By the way, I've misplaced my tripod. You are on a wine box. I have my 12 Days of Christmas by the Plum Street Samplers. I got a pretty good bit of progress done on this right before Christmas. I think I had finished part of the second day. I've now pretty much finished the third day. First day, second day, third day, and I'll go on out to the fourth day, and then I'll go down to the next 4. I'm still loving this project. I was just kind of Christmased out. That's another whip. That's actually got progress on it. I guess it's kind of my 2016 stitching plans that I didn't do because I didn't record. And then, never fear guys, only one more. It's Starry Night. And then you can turn off this camera or video. My last one is Starry Night. And no progress on this, but I will stitch on this some this year. You know, I got like 30, 50 stitches away from halfway done. When I pull this out, I love these colors. Love these colors. But there's Starry Night. And I'll stitch on that one more this year. Like I said, I'm going to try. I was kind of just doing this to show you what I actually have done and what I'm actually have going. I have 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total whips to work on in 2016. Some of them are big, some of them are small. I hope to have some finishes. I think I ended up last year with 12 finishes in 2015, which is good for me. I didn't punch out like, crazy amounts. That's not what stitching is for me. Stitching is about the process, about the fun, and watching the project go. It's not about stitching as much as I can, as fast as I can. It's not a competition. I feel like that's what it's become, but it's not. But anyway, I'm going to try to be better about taking pictures before I start the, each month. And like I said, I made you the kind of little blurb thing like Mackenzie does. I really like that idea. But, that's my progress. That's my last haul. You won't have any more haul videos from me until at least July. And, those are my crazy 7 starts. And then where I am on my current whips that I'll be working on in 2016. As always, thanks for watching.